we've run 100 laps. Oh, we have a caution. This is what the drivers were hoping for, was a caution.
Do you hear that heavy breathing?
I'm one of them. Because getting back to this, Jack, what you wanted to...
That's Dale Cornely, by the way, that brought off the caution.
And you bring a great point up. The driver's nervous because he's saying, listen, I want to get some fresh tires on this car. And you know what you say? You can do it now.
Absolutely. And a good time for the caution to come out, strictly because we could see those tires were worn out, and it is time to, as Mike Stefanik said, get that tire rotation going. But Eric Beers, let's reset the field quickly. Beers is your leader in that 76 car. Ron Silk, who led for a long time, has dropped back to second. Rowan Pennick is being shown in the third position, followed by Justin Bonsignor, Eric Byrne. Mike Stefanik is in sixth. Ted Christopher seventh. Bobby Santos eighth. Ryan Preece, now he pitted early. He is now being shown in the ninth position. And Eric Rudolph rounds out the top 10.
A whole new race coming up, fans. Once we put 4 new tires on these cars, look out. We have a 50-lap shootout.
The track, the green has been given that the pits are open. Kelly Stavitz will follow your leader. There he is, the 76 car, speed limit in place. He will come down for service. And Kelly, right behind him is what seems to be the rest of the starting field.
Yeah, as you can imagine, most of these guys were just waiting for that caution and for that leader to come in. And here he is, Eric Beers, in that 76. And if they go for all 3 tires, which they will, that takes 2 separate jacks. You can see they're starting here with the right side. You'd expect him to also change that other rear tire. And if I look down the field, I can see it. Ron Silken, looks like they're all Eric Beers is now on his way. His best finish here is 6th. He looks to better that here today.
Do you see your points leader, Bobby Santos? Remember, at the last race, he has that #1 pit position. He can't get in straight, Jimmy. He is right out in harm's way.
He is, yeah, but not harm's way as much. He is blocked Mike Stefanik in the pits. I want to tell you something. I believe the boy could have done a little bit better job. That really was detrimental to Mike Stefanik's pit stop.
Probably cost him the spot that Justin Bonsignor got by him as Stefanik had to go into the reverse gear. 103 laps have been completed. Pit stops and new tires, the order of the day.
The big thing here is now they have been talking to their crew, what the car's doing. The crew chief probably made some adjustments. He can make some tire adjustments, tire pressure, and this here is the key. You're not going to be able to pit again. You're going to have some 40-some laps to go. Championship on the line. You don't have to worry about saving the tires now. You just go to the end and you go, hey, you know, old saying, drive it like you stole it, Jack.
Well, they indeed will, because when this caution is over, most people are wondering, will there be another? You'll find out next here on Versus. Back here getting ready to go back to green. You see that front row. That's Eric Rudolph on the outside, Ryan Preece on the inside. They pitted back on lap 30, and they have moved to the front of the field. Look at Rich Pillai on the inside in the 39 car. The hockey player at NYU University in his rookie season, flanked by Dale Cornely. All these cars have pitted early. Eric Beers is that first car on the inside in row 3 that has newer shoes than the guys in front of him.
This is going to be interesting because these guys have a lot of laps on their tires, but they're thinking track position is going to be more important than tires right now. Time will tell.
Rudolph sprints to the front, and here comes the 19-year-old kid, hot on the trail again. This kid, Ryan Preece, has just treated us to some outstanding racing since we started covering it on Versus. And, whoa, trouble. Bonsignor goes up into the corner. He gets collected, as does 2 other cars. Oh, that's a tough break for Bonsignor. It looks like it's the 28 car, and that would be Woody Pitcat. And this will be yet another caution.
This is something these guys didn't want to see. Now, the guys that did want to see it is Eric Rudolph and Ryan Preece, the 99 of Jamie Tomeno, also involved in that wreck. But, Jack, this is what these guys were counting on. Preece and Rudolph, Pillai, Quarterly, Beers. Well, Beers put new tires on. These guys were counting on some cautions to play into their favor, because they know that if it goes all green, they're sitting ducks with these guys in the back with new tires.
Field back under tow behind the pace car here at the Stafford Motor Speedway. I want to go back back, Jimmy Spencer, to that last caution period when at the end of pit road, the #1 position is owned by the 4-car, Bobby Santos. Take a look at what happened here, Jim.
I think this guy could use a lot better judgment. When we see him make it, his car stop, he rolls it to a stop. He's got his right rear out, which is legal in NASCAR, but he blocks in Stefanik. But if you look in front, Jack, he's got at least another 6 to 8 feet. I think that's a very bad decision on his part to block in his fellow competitor. I just don't think that's fair racing.
And you can see that when it's all done, when it's all said and done, Stefanik is going to have to go into reverse, and that's going to cost him precious seconds. We are getting ready to go back to green flag racing. 117 laps in the record books. There is an 18-year-old Eric Rudolph on the inside of row 1, flanked by a 19-year-old Ryan Preece on the outside of row 1. Then Dale Quarterly and Richie Pillai fill out round 2. Oh, Pillai gets loose on the start, dips to the inside and gathers it up. But who will have the advantage going into 1? Ryan Preece puts the Bowler family #3 out front for the first time today. Remember, he pitted early, Jimmy.
He pitted, like you said, on lap 30. And this is interesting now, because what they're going to have run into is these guys that have pitted on lap 30 are not going to be as fast as these guys who do tires. They're going to start stacking these guys up with 109 laps complete.
And talking about a stack there, you see it. A tap by the 4-car on the 6-car. Silk gets tapped by Santos. They get crossed up. That is a battle back in the 5th and 6th position. Santos, and it looks like now Pennick starting to make the outside work.
This is good racing now. This is what we expected. When you have new tires on, some guys in the front with older tires. What you have now is guys fighting for position, because they know if they can get ahead of their fellow competitor, they're going to be that much further advanced. Now we see Beers on the inside trying to get by Silk, and this guy was one of us dominating the race early. In a bad predicament right now.
And the man that's in the predicament is directly in front of him, the rookie at number 39, Richie Pillai Jr. As we have another caution comes out. Rene Dupree has gone into the infield. There is a car sandwiched up on the high side out of turn number 4 as well, and that will mark yet another caution. Looks as if the 58 of Goodale is also involved, as there's a little fire. That's not really a fire. That's just the back pressure from the gasoline.
Yeah, the exhaust pipes, they're wide open to the outside, and the minute the car starts, bam, it looks like it looks more nasty than it really is.
So with 122 laps, we're getting down to a regular typical Saturday night shootout now.
And what we're getting down to, you said it here, you had Priest, Rudolph, Quarterly, and Pillai. The first guy with new tires is Silk. So, you know, with less than 30 laps to go, this is going to be pretty interesting.
We will come back to catch the green flag, which very well could be the final green flag of the race. Right after this, you're watching the NASCAR Whelen Modified Tour right here on Versus. For 38 years, crowds like this have flocked to the Stafford Motor Speedway for the fall finale. The CarQuest Fall Final is now just 14 laps from its conclusion. And Jimmy Spencer, this is going to be a restart where you pit old tires on the front row with Preece and Rudolph, and new tires on the rows behind them.
And Preece and Rudolph are saying, you know, these cautions are very important to me right now. I'm saving all the time I can, because I know that Silk and Santos, new tires. But Santos are saying, guys, I need a break here. I need some green flag races so I can get by you guys.
Now look at the guy on the inside. Bobby Santos knows that in that 4th position, and you can hear Mike Stefanik and his spotter, because he is mired back in another row in 7th spot.
Green flag.
That's Julie Stefanik, Mike's wife, his spotter. And look at Santos. Santos sneaks by. Silk drops back to 3rd. And fading on the outside is young 18-year-old Rudolph. Silk trying to turn the heat up again. And Stefanik is trying to just break out of the box, because he sees Bobby Santos, the current point leader, running in 2nd behind the 19-year-old Ryan Preece of Berlin, Connecticut.